Welcome to your Yin Flow yoga class. Tonight's class you will have a yoga mat, a blanket or a beach towel, a yoga bolster or a nice big thick pillow, maybe a few pillows, and we're just going to sit up on those pillows. I'd also like you to have two blocks. If you don't have foamy blocks, I recommend getting them $4 at the dollar store. If you don't have these, stack of books are great, or soup cans with a wide top so you can push down. Just make sure they're the exact same height. So your stack of books same height, and your two blocks or two soup cans same height. So have those off to the side for later. We will need them later. So come and find a comfortable seat and finding your sit bones on your pile of pillows. And we'll slowly stack the bones so the head comes over the heart over the pubic bone, and the shoulders will relax away from the ears. Relaxing your jaw, and we'll place a hand on the heart and another hand on top of that hand. So we're just reminding our body that this is our center, the heart. And you can have your eyes softly opened, just gazing on a point, or you can close the eyes. And we'll take a nice full breath through the nose into your hands on the heart. And then a full breath out through the mouth. A few more times on your own. Full breath in. Full breath out. And now we're going to add on, as you inhale, your exhale, you're going to drop chin to chest. So lengthen the back of the neck. Bow to your heart. Just breathing in a normal way. One more inhale. And then lift your head back to center. And think of having and inviting in a word for this year. You might already know what it is. I want you to spell it above your head. Maybe there's a few words floating around, so you're going to just stay open with your heart and let the right word land for you. And trust your body. And then we'll take our hands down to our sides and then just float them up, bending at the elbows, nice and slow, nice and graceful. Inhale up. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine your fingertips are just magic fingers. So you're just kind of wiggling the fingers like it's snow, like you're acting snow falling in charades. And then your fingers, your wrists kind of go behind the hips, and then release the fingers and just nice slow inhale. And then palms down, and then wiggle the fingers, that snow falling action, until your wrists get behind the hips. So we're kind of bringing the hands behind the body. One more like that. Inhale, come up. Palms up. Flip the palms down, just nice and gently, bending the elbows. Wiggle the fingers, snow falling down. And then we'll let our hands come down behind us. They can be, maybe fingertips touch the ground. If you're high up, you can come, behind you on your bolster. So nice long fingertips, you're going to drop chin back down. So kind of getting in the back of the neck again, lengthening, inhale. Exhale, we'll lift our head up, float our hands up again. Nice and slow. Interlace your fingers above your head. And then with that interlaced fingers, I want you to cup the back of your head. So this is called the occiput, the base of the skull. So let your hands just be there, and then we'll let our head come back, our throat open up, and we'll let our elbows come to the sides. So think of just a nice gentle heart opener. Breathing normally. We'll take one more inhale. And then exhale, come to center without pulling on the head. Inhale. And then as you exhale, let the head drop back, opening up through the throat. Elbows might move a little bit farther apart, stretching your armpits. And then big breath in and out, just breathing normally. One more inhale. Exhale, come back to center. And then from here, let's release our head on our hands, coming out to the sides and then down. Right away, we'll take that left or the right hand across to the left knee or thigh, and we'll drop chin to chest, and we'll roll left ear to left shoulder. So right hand is crossing across as you bring that left ear to left shoulder, and then left hand can come up and place somewhere on your ear, head, and you're really going to open up the whole right side of your neck. Now, this might be too much for your body. If it is too much of a neck opener, just release the right hand over here. If it's still too much, you can even release the hand on top. So remember, we're not pulling with that hand, it's just hanging out there. Just the weight of that hand on your head. And then gently inhale in. And a full breath out. Chin out a little bit. Full breath in and out. Think of lifting the chest up towards your chin. Inhale in. And then exhale, we'll release the hand that was on the head. And then release the other hand down to the other thigh, both hands. Chin rolls to chest. And just let your head go back and forth, like you're drawing a little happy face with the tip of your nose. Slow with the neck. The neck has a really important job of holding up a very heavy head. The average head weighs about 11 or 12 pounds, so think of a 12-pound bowling ball that your neck is holding up. Swinging, you can slow it down, pause where you find tightness and breathe, and then we'll all slowly roll that right ear to right shoulder. Take your left hand, cross it across the body. Maybe it can reach your knee, somewhere on the thigh. So left hand to the right thigh. Then we'll float right arm up and place it on the head. Your body will tell you if this is too much. Maybe it means uncrossing that arm back to the left side. Maybe it's releasing the head. Again, we're not chugging, pulling on the ear. It's just hanging out here. Chin slightly forward. That's it. Full breath in through the nose. And out. Think of more of being gentle here. Less is more with the neck. Inhale in. And out. Inhale through the nose into your neck. And a full breath out. Inhale, float your arm up. Place it down. The other hand comes across to the other thigh. Chin drops down towards chest. I want to let our head again sway a little bit, drawing your happy face. And if it feels okay, you can do a full circle with the neck. So we're doing neck and shoulders a little bit today, nice and slow. So we're not coming back very far. It's more of like you're drawing a little front circle with your chin. And then other direction, chin comes up, draw that circle, and down. One more time. Or you can do those happy faces, just swaying left to right. And once you drop chin to chest, we'll lift our heads up and float our arms to shoulder height. Bend at the elbows, draw your belly in, so you're drawing the core in to support the spine. Then bring your palms towards each other and cross right arm under the left. See if you can cross again at the wrists, or perhaps back of hands touch, and level those elbows with the shoulders. Keep them at the same height. Grabbing opposite shoulders is the same, but keep your core towards that core activation so you can find that length in the spine. That's it. Chin slightly tucked, and then inhale through the nose. Think of expanding the back of your heart. Full breath through the mouth. Again, like that. Inhale. Fill up as full as you can. Exhale out. Think of inviting in that wisdom of your word for the year. And then we'll drop chin towards the chest. Inhale back to center. Releasing the shoulders, the arms, whatever you did. We'll take a stretch out to the side. Circling wrists. And then the other way, circle those wrists. Bend at the elbows. Right away, I want you to draw belly button to spine. Feel that core supporting your spine, and then your palms come towards each other, forearms towards each other, and then left elbow under the right. You can find eagle arms here, back of wrist touch, perhaps shoulders. Now, wherever you are, I want you to regain your core activation so you can sit up tall. Very nice. Spine is lifting. Inhale in. Chin is slightly tucked, so the back of the neck is long. And then inhale through the nose. Fill up the back of that heart. Full breath out through the mouth. Think of filling up with your word. Energy, love, rejuvenation, health. Exhale out. Let those words swirl in. Inhale in. Keep filling up. And then as you exhale, let's unwind those arms out to the sides. Reach. Circle the wrists. And then the other way. All right, coming to the mat. Slide off your pillow or your bolster, or your pile of pillow. Maybe you're even sitting on a couch. Refine your sit bones. Now you're sitting on your blanket. From here, we'll round out through the spine and keep your hands on the knees. So really find this long chin to chest, really slouching. And then inhale, sit up over the sit bones, lift through the heart. Big breath in, chest opens. And then exhale, slouch it out. Really draw the core towards the spine. And then as you inhale, roll up and sit up tall. I want you to release those knees so you can open through the chest. And look up for a chest opener. Exhale, round back. And this time, take your hands so the back of hands touch, bringing chin to chest. Now I want you to find your own rhythm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding. You can go slower or quicker than me. Inhale to lift and open. So this is the same movement as cat and cow. I do this all the time for people with wrist issues. They can still get the benefits. One more time, lift. And round it out. Think of yourself as a bit of a dancer. As you inhale, float those arms up. And then plant them down to the sides. Inhale, left arm lifts up and over to the right. We go for a side bend. Inhale to come up. And other side. So this is really about honoring your body's space. You're not crunching in the spine. You're feeling like you have that anchor. So when you come to over to the left side, you're reaching up and over with the right arm. You're kind of anchoring down with the left or with the right hip. Then you inhale, come up. And when you switch, you anchor with the left hip as you reach over. And then inhale, up and over. So really gentle with the arms and the shoulder, up and over. This is moving your spine in all the ways it loves to move. Movement helps just work out all the kinks. Think of all the body's kinks. And we'll hold whatever side you're on, doesn't matter. We're going to back off with whatever hand's on the ground. And that hand that's on the ground, the opposite hip, is going to be the one rooting down. And we're not bending in the side, we're finding length up and over. Full breath in and out. Think about the intercostal muscles, the muscles between your ribs. I want you to breathe into those. Find space and then release through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose, into the ribs. Exhale through the mouth as you let your arm come up. And we'll switch to the other side. Doesn't matter which one. One arm comes up and over. That hand on the ground, just back off a little bit. Bring it back towards the body. And then the opposite hip roots up and over as we reach. And settle in that shoulder. Relax it away from the ear. And then our focus is those intercostal muscles, the muscles between the ribs. So your inhales through the nose. Expand and open the mouth. Another one like that. Full breath in through the nose. Think of the ribs. Fill them up. And exhale through the mouth. And then inhale rises up. And exhale, release. We're going to lift our knees up and roll around to all fours. I'd like you to line up your blocks on either side at the top of your mat. Blocks, books, whatever you have, we're going to line those up on the highest height. And then we're going to make sure as we come onto all fours that we have a double fold under our knees. And then hands below shoulders. Those of you with wrist issues, come into fists. If you still have wrist issues, forearms on that lovely thick bolster you have is great. So from here, we're going to be on the tops of our feet or curled toes, whatever feels good. I want you to bend in the elbows, curl your tailbone, looking forward into your cow pose. And then as you exhale, curl tailbone in, draw belly in, push into the mat, into cat. So chin really comes towards the chest. So I want you to find a nice inhale and exhale here. As you inhale, keep the back of the neck long. You're not kinking in the neck. You're kind of finding length through the top of the crown. That's it. Exhale, round it out. Beautiful. Find that rhythm with your breath and really listen to the sound of your breath. The nervous system really loves the sound of breathing. Full breath in, full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Now, if you don't want to do downward dog tonight, you can keep doing cat and cow, just like we were. Inhale, exhale. If you're coming into downward dog with me, look down at your hands. Index fingers are parallel. Curl toes under. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, send your hips up and back as you lift the knees and your heels are lifted. So look back at your feet. Feet are hip width apart around there. They can be a little wider. And then I want you to really bend those knees so that you can send your sit bones up. And then take your time to bend the knees one at a time to walk your dog, stretching a heel towards the ground. One at a time. It's like you're going for a walk and you're stretching the calves out. So notice, are you dumping into the wrists, like really pushing hard into the wrist? Try to bring it into the top of the hands too. Broaden the shoulders, relax the head. Let your head just hang here. It's a lot of work. So come down if you need to come down. And then we'll all come down to all fours. Well done. What we're going to do now is reach back for the back of that right thigh and step the right foot forward. So you're rolling into a nice lunge here. So notice we want to keep that right knee right above the ankle. And we want to make sure this is not too much of a big opening for your left hip flexor. So that might mean drawing it back a bit. If you're okay with that opening, by all means stay there. You have your blocks either side of the mat for later, and we'll draw the core in for stability and float our arms up into a nice lunge here. So I want you to send your hands up like you're holding a ball. That's it. Inhale. And then exhale, bend at the elbows and bring your arms back behind you and then send them forward. Inhale in. Think of showering yourself with it's like you're bathing in your word. So think, for me, it's health. So I'm just like, health is just pouring all over me. I want you to think of your word and it's just pouring all over you like a nice, gentle mist. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Keep your core drawing in. And then it comes. And then we'll bring our hands in front. I want you to interlace your fingers except for your pointer and your thumb. That's it. And then float that up to the sky and bring your biceps either side of your ear. Reach, reach, reach. You'll find this little lift, lengthen from the fingertips to your left kneecap. And then we'll bend our elbows behind the back of our head. Keep your hands just as they are. Let your head gently come back into your forearms. And you can look up if you want. If that doesn't feel good for you, just look forward and keep your arms up. And then we'll look forward, all of us. Reach up with your fingertips. And then release your hands and reach with those snow falling fingers. We'll find our blocks. That's it. We'll walk our blocks either side of that front right foot. And then from here, I want you to slide your blocks back, either side of your right knee, and then scoot your right toes forward. Keep scooching. And then I want you to draw the toes back, up and back. So my left hip and your left hip is above your left knee. And if you don't feel any hamstring stretch here, it just means you need to scooch your toes farther forward and then draw that back. From here on the height of our blocks, we can just any amount bow towards that knee. Now, I want you to keep the knee kind of micro bent always. It's never like locking or overextending. Take a deep breath through the nose into your hamstring. And then exhale out. So we're just surrendering down. It's not head to knee pose or anything. You're just any amount. Think of this as a shape where you feel sensation in the hamstring, and we want to bring our breath to the hamstring. So full breath in and a full breath out. Full breath in and out. One more time in. And as you exhale, I want you to look up at your big right toe, slide the heel back, and then bend your knee so it's directly above your right ankle again. Walk your blocks forward. And if you feel like you don't want to go into a lift, you don't have to. You can stay where you are. You're going to come in and lift, curl toes under. I want you to lift your back knee and look down at your big right toe. So you're kind of like a statue of a runner here. It's like you're at a race. You have this really, beautiful, beautiful lunge. Beautiful. Stay where you are. Keep breathing, looking down at the ground, and then lower that back knee. And then we'll lower our inner left block on a lower height. You might need to get rid of a book if you're using books, and take your left hand directly on top. Palm is open, right below the shoulder. Draw belly in, and then we'll twist inwards towards the inner right thigh. Float your arm up or keep it on your hip. Whatever is better for your shoulder. This is really nice for your immune system. This is great if you're fighting a cold or getting rid of a cold or just wanting to keep your body healthy. 80% of our immune system is in the gut. So we want to do these twists to help our immune systems. When we're inhale, exhale, let's slowly bring right hand to the hip, and we'll float that arm up, left arm up, and a little side bend here coming over towards that right hand on the hip. Inhale, come back up, and then we'll release hands to the blocks. Very nice. And just walk your blocks off to the side, come to fingertips, and you're going to watch your right foot and gently scooch it back until you're on all fours. Take your time to get there. We don't want to be fast in our transitions. Come back to all fours. We'll walk our hands a little forward and swing hips left to right. Just a little bit of swings. Bend your elbows, drop your head, let it go. And if it's okay, you can even do some little circles here with the hips. Leading with your hips in one direction, and then switch it up. Really let your head go. Tell your head it's safe. Relax the jaw, soften the eyes, and then slowly come back to all fours. Hands below shoulders, index fingers parallel. You're not doing downward dog tonight or today or whenever you're doing this class. It's okay. Do some cat-cow. Otherwise, curl toes, draw belly in, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Look at your feet, and then we'll bend one knee at a time again and walk your downward dog. Walk it out. Feet are hip width apart. This is really about bringing circulation to different parts of your body. So I want you to hold downward dog for a second and push into the tops of your hands. Broaden the shoulders and let your chest move towards the thighs. There you go. Wake it up. Relax the head. Remind your body you're safe, and then come back to all fours. Now we're going to reach the back of that left thigh and step that foot forward, rolling up into your lunge. You have your blocks on either side. Again, not dumping here. You're feeling good, safe, not too much of an opener with that right hip flexor. If it feels too much, walk the foot back towards your body. So find where Okay, this feels good for me. I'm getting a stretch, but it's not too deep. Draw the core in. Like we did before, remember we bathed ourselves? This time we're going to reach our arms up, and then we're going to let our arms come forward and then back. So it's whatever works for your body. All of us kind of have different stuff going on in the shoulders and the rotator cuffs. I want you, as you do your circles, you come back and forward. You can bend your arms in however they need to go to make these full circles. This is really good to lubricate the shoulder joints. And take it easy if your shoulders are a little sore and tender. Think of surrounding yourself with your word. One more circle. Great. Bring your hands in front, interlace the fingers except for your pointer and your thumb. We'll bring our arms up, draw belly in. I want you to reach up with your fingertips so you can feel a line of connection from your fingertips to that right kneecap. You're really opening up your right hip flexor here. Yes. Bring your attention there as you draw your belly button in. So that core activation helps to stabilize. Back toes can be curled for balance, or you can be on the top of the foot. Really beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, we'll release the hands and we're going to find our blocks. Either side of that front left foot. And then draw them back. So they're going to be on either side of your left knee. Again, you have that micro bend. This might be enough for your body right here. If you want to go further, scooch the left toes further, further, further. And then bring that back right hip right over the knee. Flex the toes back towards you. You might be here just like, oh, this is a lot. Just slide the heel back if it's too much. Those of you who want more, draw belly in and just bow any amount to that front knee. Micro bend it. And I want you to really breathe into the belly of the hamstring, right in the center. Full breaths in and out. We're almost through the movement part of class, and then it'll just be delicious yin poses. Try to soften the shoulders and the mouth and the eyes. Try to soften the leg and the knee. I'm safe. Full breath in and out. Softening your throat. One more inhale. Exhale, look at your big left toe. Slide the heel back. And then we'll bend the knee so it's right over your ankle. Walk your blocks either side of that front foot. You can stay right where you are. Those of you coming to that lunge, curl toes under, float your back knee up and gaze right down at your big left toe. Draw belly in. I want you to imagine that crown is reaching forward. So you're going in to the vision of your year with strength and poise and purpose. That's it. And if you just don't want to do this pose, that's fine too. Inhale. Exhale, lower your back knee. It's there when you want it. We're going to lower the outside block on the lower height, or it's a book that you take one book away, and then open the right palm so that right palm is open and spread. And make sure that's right below your right shoulder. We're going to draw belly in, twist towards the inner left thigh this time. Float your arm up, or your hand can be on your hip. Same benefits. It's just whatever's better for your body. You can look up to the sky, you can look to the side, or look down. Do what's better for your neck. This is all about our gut right now, our immune system, that twist. We're twisting out any impurities, anything that is hindering the body. One more inhale. Any toxins? Maybe too much wine over the holidays. Exhale, look down at your hand. That's it. And then that back hand, we're just going to slowly bring it to the hip. Draw belly in to rise up. Float right arm up. And then with that palm facing your left side, just take a little side bend over toward your hand and your hip. And then float both arms up. Interlace your fingers again, except for your pointer and thumb. Reach up. Bend at the elbows. Let your hands drop behind the head, and if it's available, head comes back. You can look up. keep breathing. Or you can look forward. Now all of us will look forward, release the hands, and then wiggle those fingers, snow falling softly to the ground. Then fingertips can come down. Look at your left foot and think, how am I safely going to slide this foot back, and then watch it as you scooch it behind you. From here, we're going to just walk a little bit to get rid of that blanket. And then we're going to slowly lower ourselves down towards the ground. Bring your hands beside your hip. Elbows in. Find the tops of your feet on your mat. So you find the tops of the feet, your toenail side. Bring your elbows in. Now push into the toenails. Lift your kneecaps. Draw belly in. And then push into your hands just to peel your chest up. Your rib cage is still down. Neck is long. And then lower. So that's a baby cobra. If you want to come a little higher, push into the tops of your feet. Push into your hands. You can come a little higher. Keep your neck long. And then you can come a little higher if you want, but you don't need to. Baby cobra has the same benefits. And then we'll lower down. Now curl toes under, draw belly in, push into the mat. That's it. Knees wide, big toes touch. And sit towards the heels into a wide-legged child's pose. Arms can reach forward. They can stack below the forehead. They can come back onto your blanket and be below the knees, and elbows can be out to the sides. Stack your head on stacked hands. So you can find wherever you can rest. Try to let go towards the mat. Softening the face, the throat. And if it doesn't feel good for the knees, it might just mean sitting on a pillow behind you. Any kind of way if you want to adapt it. Pillow on the front of the body is nice too. You can try. I even like rolling up my blanket and putting it behind the knees. So there's a little space. So experiment with these shapes that we do to see how they work better for you. And then we'll take one more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly peel the head up. Get rid of whatever props you're using. We'll come to one side. I usually come to my left hip and then slide legs out one at a time. And we're going to set ourselves up for our yin poses now. So we're going to shift gears into slowing down so that you can really just roll into bed after this. The first thing you're going to do is put your socks and a sweater on. Second thing is unroll that blanket so the tassel side is facing away from you. And then we have our pillow or your bolster on the left side of your body. I have my timer so I can time us in our poses here. Getting all the cozy things you need. Nice thing too is your blocks. So I would put your blocks or your books on the lower height on the right side and on the left side of the hips. Maybe you may need them if they're just there so that there's zero effort for reaching for these things once you're cozy. Also get another blanket close by for Shavasana if you just want to reach and grab it so that you're cozy. So we're going to go on the left side of the body and slide down on the left side, and then we'll roll onto our back. So I'm going to move all my props so you can still see me. And we're bending the knees, and we'll make sure that our heads are supported on this blanket, but our shoulders are on the mat. So your shoulders are on the mat, but the head's on the blanket. So we'll shrug our shoulders towards our ears and then back into the yoga mat. We'll find our palms towards the mat. And we'll just do a little baby bridge. So I want your knees bent. You're on the shoulders and the back of the head, not the neck. You're not looking at me, you're looking straight up. Then just push into your feet to gently lift your hips up. Like a little tiny baby bridge. Reach your knees past your toes. And then I want you to slowly lower down with an exhale. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhale, push into your feet. You're on the shoulders, the back of the head, not on the neck. You're reaching your knees past your toes. You're really opening up the hip flexors, getting to the low back, and then lower. This is for all my people who had to snow shovel today. Shovel your snow. This is your pose right now. Push into your feet. Lift your hips towards the sky. Gaze is up. And now I want you to reach your knees past your toes and just hold here a moment. Stay in the baby bridge. And then we'll lower down. Beautiful. From here, knees bent. I want you just to take the right knee towards your chest. So relax the shoulders. So bring them back to normal. And then from here, we're going to take our hands and interlace them behind the back of the right thigh. Now from here, I want you to find where you want to hold a hamstring stretch. So maybe your foot floats right above your face, keeping the micro bend. And this is your edge today. So you're just finding a stretch for your hamstring. This is where you want to be, holding on the back of the thigh. You can stay here. Some of you might want to come a little higher on that leg. So your hands can be interlaced, or however you want to have the hands. So you might want to come a little higher and bring that leg a little more towards you. A little more action in the hamstring. Remember, don't push yourself. Chin towards chest, lengthen back the neck. This is just a shape. Now those of you who need more, you can extend your right leg, your left leg down the mat. Hello, hamstring. Now we don't push ourselves, so keep your knee bent if it's too much. Come and find where your body can hold it, because it's a yin hold. We're going to hold here. My leg's shaking. My hamstrings got their workout from the ski hills, so I'm going to bend that knee. Keep it bent. Some of yours have it straight. That's fine. Do what works for you. And then just relax the shoulders into the mat, the eyes into the sockets. One more inhale. Exhale. We're going to flex the toes towards your face. Bend the knee. So if your bottom leg was extended, I want you to bend it back so that your knee's bent. Sole of your foot back on the floor, because we're going to take our right foot and cross it over the top of your left knee. So this is called figure 4. Arms can be at the sides. Now, if you're working on hip flexibility, I want you to take your right hand, place it on the right thigh somewhere, and just move that leg away from you. And it's okay if it's just not budging. Just keep it there and say, one day this hip is going to be open. That's okay. And for those of you who can go further, again, it's just a shape. I want you to lift your head up and make sure your hips look kind of level here. And then let your head come back down. And then if you want more, draw that right knee towards your body. So you can stay here hanging out in that stretch. You can keep your foot on the ground, which is great. You can even thread right hand through the center and interlace your fingers on the shin or the back of the left hamstring. But I want you to keep the chin tucked, the back of the neck long. We're going to hold here. I'm going to do our timer for 2 minutes. So find a place where you can hold, and yin yoga is really about stillness. So find a place where you can find stillness. And use the breath to enter all those deep tissues. Keeping your foot flexed will keep your right knee protected. Release the tongue in your mouth. Release the eyes in the socket. And soften the jaw. Let the head be heavy. And if at any time you need to release or change the shape, you can. Breathe deeply through the nose into your glutes, into your hips. It's okay if your brain wanders in yin poses. We want to bring it back to the breath. And feel the breath help us explore a pose. When you feel ready, full breath in and out. Slowly release your left foot to the ground. If you brought your knee towards you, we're going to take our right leg and cross it all the way over. This is where gentlemen need to adjust. You're going to take that right leg all the way over, like you're crossing your leg at your work desk. And then, if it's available, I want you to draw that right knee towards the chest. Okay? Getting deep into that right glute. So this is where you can just keep your hands on the wrist, on the rib cage. Maybe your arms want to be above your head. Some of you are going to be able to do this. This is called reverse shoelace, this pose. You might be able to grab your shins. So right hand finds a shin, left hand finds your right shin. And you're going to draw the shins towards you. If you can only grab your ankles, I don't want you to just sickle the ankles in. That's not good for the ankles. I just want you to find a shin. And just a gentle draw towards you. Chin again towards chest to lengthen the back of your neck. We're going to do a 1 minute hold here because it's a really deep butt pose. And find your stillness in your yin reverse shoelace. So yin yoga is a feminine energy, and we need the masculine and the feminine for balance. So it's really finding stillness and quiet in this pose. And curiosity, using your breath to be curious. Can you relax your shoulders? Can you relax your jaw? Soften the eyes. Relax your feet. Full breath in. And full breath out as you release. If you grabbed your shins anywhere, I want you to bring that foot back down to the mat. All right, so this is where you need to listen closely for a pose called twisted roots. So bring your palms down to the sides. You're going to push into that foot that's touching the ground, your left foot. Just push into it, lift it up, and you're going to take your left hip and just tuck it under so that your top knee can just fall towards that bolster you placed there on your left. And then now we can bring our arms out to the sides into cactus, or you can stretch them out into a T at shoulder height or above your head. Like a ballerina, you can even clasp the fingertips above your head. This is a very deep twist. Very deep, one of the deepest twists in yoga. So your low back, your body might not like twisted roots. I just want you to uncross that top right leg, and then you can let your knees stack. So knees stack, and then your right hip is above the left knee. That's fine too. Great twist. I want you to have a twist that feels good in your body. Remember, we have that pillow on our side so that we can have a support there. Catching the twisted roots so it's not so deep. I like having my arms above the head sometimes with my fingers kind of softly interlaced. Just relax your shoulders down. If you want, you can look in the same direction as your knees. So your head kind of goes one way. Maybe it goes in the opposite way, so you can lift your head up and look the other way, or straight up to the sky, and you can close your eyes. We're going to hold here for 4 minutes. 4 minutes, everyone. So if you're feeling it's too deep already, it's time to get in a not so intense twist, okay? The 4-minute hold is a long time. So that might mean uncrossing your top leg and letting your knees stack. It might even mean knees stacked and a pillow between the knees. Because a twist is supposed to be very restorative. It restores balance in your body. And we don't want to hold a really intense one. So find the twist that you can hold and really let go. If your arms, if you start getting fingertips like numbness, you just need to bring your hands back below the heart. So maybe resting on the ribs, or a top hand resting on the right thigh. And those of you who want deep, you can get rid of the pillow below the knee, but remember it's a yin hold. We want to draw it back, find our edge where it's gentle, and now we'll find stillness. And letting go. This pose is for your vagus nerve. This is like your vagus nerve just went to the spa right now. It's just like, just perfect scent, perfect atmosphere, like that dream spa. That's what you're doing right now for your vagus nerve when you're holding here in this twist. It's really try to find softness in the body, relaxing completely with your shoulders. Remember, any numbness and tingling, it just means to change the shape. When you feel ready, take a nice deep breath in through the nose into your rib cage. And gently exhale through the mouth or nose. Full breath in and out. On your next inhale, if your head is kind of going to one side, just bring your head back to center. Then your hands to the side, and then we're going to take a hand and help our knees back up to center. We're going to uncross the top leg. Ooh, widen the knees a little, or the feet. Find the back of your back on the mat and just kind of sway your knees side to side. It's just kind of like a gentle windshield wiper. You're not coming down too far. Just kind of swaying the knees, and then we'll bring knee one at a time towards the chest. And we'll bring our hands to our kneecaps, and we'll draw little circles here. So you're giving your low back, your sacrum area, a massage. Only if that feels good. If you just want to stay still, you can. Sometimes it doesn't feel good doing that, and we don't want to do anything that doesn't feel good. Switch the direction of the circles if that feels nice for your body. And then we're going to bring our feet back onto the yoga mat. Take that pillow that was on the left side and bring it over to the right hip. So now, make sure my pile of stuff over there, everything's now on the right. Refine your shoulders back into the yoga mat. We'll do that whole sequence again on the other side. You ready? First, keep your knees bent. We're going to take our left thigh this time towards the chest. Interlace your fingers behind the back of the left thigh and float the leg up. So this is where you find where your hamstring limit is, and we don't go too far past it. Your knee is always micro bent or even bent a lot. Some of you might be able to bring your hands higher up, somewhere on the calf, maybe even the back of that low by your ankle, getting into your shin. Whew. For me, this is tight. Now, wherever you are, if you want to add on more, you can extend the right leg straight down your mat and push the right heel away from you. This is kind of like you're doing the splits. But I'm going to keep that knee bent because my hamstrings are very tight right now, all the winter sports. So just really find some love and kindness to your leg, and I want you to breathe through the nose into your shin, into your hamstring. And having your leg floating in the air is great for inviting in sleep. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, if your right leg was straight, I want you to bend that right knee and plant the foot back down. Flex left toes towards you and cross that foot over the top of your thigh. So you have the figure 4 here. You're working towards flexibility, maybe opening up that, pushing the knee away from you. Lift your head up, look at your nice even thighs here. You can stay exactly as you are if you want to draw the shins towards you, getting into that nice stretch here. You can hold here with your hands on the ribs. You can slide the left hand through the center and interlace your fingers somewhere on the shin or the back of the thigh. But I want you to keep your head where it is, chin tucked, and listen to your body and how it wants to hold this pose. 2 minutes. Each side is different. So if one side you are more flexible, it doesn't mean you're going to do the other side. You're really listening to where is your body at and where it wants to hold the yin hold. Yin is about not too much, not too little. It's just on the edge. And it's always veering towards gentle. Yin is about stretching the fascial tissues. So it's fantastic if you're doing winter sports, summer sports, hiking, biking, any kind of sport that you're intensely using your muscles. Yin is a really good balance to the yang. Try to relax your face. Keeping your left toes flexible will protect the left knee. So it just means the toes are flexed towards the knee. When you're ready, take a full breath in and out. We've got another 30 seconds here. It was a 2-minute hold, but if you need to release, you can. Try to release the shoulders. Breathe through the nose into your glutes. Full breath in and out. One more inhale. And then we're going to release that right foot back to the mat. We're going to you can take your left hand to help to cross the leg all the way over. This is where gentlemen adjust. Bring that leg over. You're crossing your leg at your desk. We're coming into that reverse shoelace pose. You can stay here if this is enough. By the way, just that foot crossed over might be already enough. Perhaps you can bring the knee towards the chest. And maybe, just maybe, you can reach the shins. So that right hand comes to that left shin, and the other hand grabs the one underneath and draw it towards you, chin to chest, wherever you're holding. 1 minute hold here. Don't hold the hold that's like excruciating. You don't want ever to be in pain, numbness, or tingling. You want a sensation. So breathe through the nose into a sensation. Flexing the feet will keep your knees protected. And we don't want to grab the ankles. We don't want to sickle them out. We want to keep our ankles safe and healthy. Chin towards chest. I want you to breathe deeply through the nose into your left glute, into your hips. And this is good for your organs too, to bring fresh nutrients to your pancreas, your liver, everything, your stomach, your lower intestines, large intestine, small intestine. It's really good for blood flow because when we release our legs, it brings blood back. It's okay if your knees aren't towards you, by the way. We do lots. The twist, that's why it's so good. It's for your organs. Almost there. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then slowly release. The foot comes back down. Release your hands. Now we're going to push into that right foot. Lift our hips up. And then tuck your right hip under the left and let your top knee come and catch the top of that bolster. Arms out at a cactus at shoulder height. Perhaps they're in outstretched here. And then you can lift your head up and look in the same direction. Away, you can be in this really deep twisted roots, catching the top leg on a pillow or maybe not. Or perhaps you want to make this less intense of a twist. Uncurl, untuck that top leg, and you can be stacked knees here. You can even have that pillow on the side between the knees. 4 minutes. Make it so it's the most gentle form of a twist that you can hold. I mean, most appropriate for your body for 4 minutes. So for me, it's interesting. On the other side, I love twisted roots, but when my knees come to this side, I have to stack my knees and have a pillow between them. So it's completely different, but you're getting the same benefits of a twist. Twists are like the final, it's like that final step of your massage. You know, you have a massage therapist and they work through your whole body, and then they have that last step where they kind of seal the deal. This is what this is for your body, for your nervous system, and it's really good for the vagus nerve. So it's like that spa date. So letting go wherever you are. Bringing back balance to the body. Anytime you feel numbness, it just means you need to change the shape. Relaxing the shoulders completely,
softening your jaw completely, letting your eyes soften in the head. When you feel ready, bring awareness to the breath. Inhale through the nose, into the ribs. Full breath out. Inhale through the nose. Full breath out. Wiggle your fingers. And then we'll bring our right hand down. If your top leg was crossed over in twisted roots, help your leg up with your right hand, coming back to center. Uncross the legs, scooching back over, widen the feet slightly, and just swish the knees. You're not coming far down, it's just a little bit of swishing. We're gonna take that pillow that was on the right, just throw it behind the back of, just under, it's gonna be under your bum kind of area, so that when you stretch your legs out after, we'll bring our knees to the chest for one more hug. Thank you, body. Chin to chest. And then release your legs now on that pillow you threw there. This is where you take your blanket and you tuck yourself in. You're gonna reach up to the top of your blanket that we placed there so long ago. Roll in the sides. Hug the neck like a little burrito. Roll in the top of the blanket. Now we're gonna really hug that head like a little, it's got this nice coziness around it. And then your palms are gonna be open to the sky. Shoulder blades tuck under the heart, chin to chest, and you're gonna relax in Shavasana here, incorporating your class. Because of time, I'm only gonna hold this for a short time. But for those of you who just feel like you have the time, I want you to hold and stay here as long as you want. So letting go completely in the feet and the knees and the thighs. Opening the palms, the heart, and letting go. And trusting your word for this year lands in every cell, in the heart, in the gut brain, your two wisdom areas, and in the head brain. Incorporating your word into all three: heart, head, gut, brain. Breathing that word in and letting go. when you feel ready, and those of you who say, oh, there's no way I'm ready, I want you to give yourself permission to stay here longer, okay? If you're coming back with me, bring awareness to your breath and imagine feeling the breath in every cell. Feel the breath in the whole body as you inhale in and exhale out. Feel the breath in the whole body. Inhale in and out. One more time. Full breath in through the nose, filling up your chest. And out. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Opening and closing your hands. And then when you're ready, you can bend one knee at a time. And then bring your feet onto your pillow. Push your pillow away just enough so that you can roll onto a side. Perhaps it's your right or your left. Doesn't matter. Just roll on over with your knees bent, coming to the side. Stay here a moment. Then plant your hand down. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, pushing your hand to peel yourself back up to find a comfortable seat. That seat might be on a chair, on a couch. Perhaps you can pull your pillow over and hoist yourself up and open through the palms. Draw belly in, head over heart. Your eyes can be softly opened at a spot. And then when you're ready, I want you to, with your eyes open or closed, we're going to reach out and find our word and draw it into the heart. Both hands rest on the heart, just like you started today. Chin is going to tuck towards chest as you bow to your heart. Lifting head up. We'll end tonight with a sound of Om. And you can just hum it too. Humming is really good for your nervous system. Or you can say Om nice and quiet, especially if you have other people in your space. So we'll take a full breath in and out first, and then we'll Om together. So full breath in, full breath out. And your eyes can be opened or closed, up to you. Inhale in. Om. Namaste. Thank you all so much.